Hey folks, Paul Essery here from My Sales Guru, and today I'm in the Zoom room with Sarah Adler from Kitchen Titbits, who I'm delighted that you're here, Sarah, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about your business because I think it's a really interesting business. So tell people a bit about yourself and how you became an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so when I was thinking about the question, what kept cropping up for me was that we hear so often that people are born entrepreneurs, aren't they? And that definitely wasn't the case for me, and quite the opposite. So running a business was never anything that I'd envisaged myself doing. I had no role models in that area. I didn't know anyone who ran their own business, and always thought that I would be employed.
Right.
And that was until I was made redundant in 2004, quite soon into my career, actually. But my boss and friend, who was a visionary, extremely clever lady, assured me that the work we were doing was unique and that there was a gap in the market for it anyway, despite what our parent company thought when they made us redundant. So although being extremely risk averse, I trusted her explicitly and was eager for experience. You know, I was young and totally eager for experience. So when she asked me to go with her and the MD to realize their vision, I went along for the ride, really. And it took a few iterations of the business, moving away from that MD, our business partner, some extremely difficult learning experiences, years of very little money, until 2011. And then our vision, it did become our vision, came to fruition. And we had grown at that point a successful business. We took on employees. We were well known and trusted brand in the market. So I've kind of fallen into entrepreneurship, really. But after 15 years with her, time had very much run its course. I'd lost the passion for what it was we were doing. It was stressful, it was relentless. I was getting ill all the time. And when you've lost that drive and that passion, it's really difficult to maintain momentum and put your all into a business which everybody else in the company really deserves of you. So after having my second child and only getting 2 days of childcare at nursery, thinking there's no way I can do my job in 2 days a week, I decided it was time to do something about it, time to move on, break away, and allow myself some work-life balance. And I guess my story at this point is not that dissimilar to the reason why so many mums are out there now creating their own businesses. I'd already had that experience with business, so it wasn't like I didn't know what I was getting into. I already had that. I was confident on the business side of things. So it was about giving it a go, following a passion, following a dream. And I went into it thinking, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll try something else. I can't go back to being employed now. It's just no way could I be an employee. So here I am, nearly 3 years later. My business is slowly going from strength to strength. I'm happier than I've been in a long time. My health has drastically improved, and I enjoy time with my children as well as working on my business. So yeah, I fell into it really, but absolutely loving it. Now I'm here.
Fell on your feet by the sounds of things. So tell us a bit about what are the problems that you solve for customers with your new business. I mean, tell us a bit about that.
So my clients are tearing their hair out at meal times. They are hitting the gym at 5 o'clock just to survive dinner. And all because they're fussy eaters. Children are making meal times extremely stressful. They don't know what to cook for their families. They're opening the fridge door and they're expecting the fridge to tell them what's for dinner. And of course it won't. Many of them are cooking 3 or more meals a night just to please everyone, or cooking food that only their children, they know their children will eat, and are utterly miserable eating that same food. They're stuck in a rut, eating the same meals week in, week out. Many of them spending a fortune on food that they just can't afford, generating a huge amount of food waste as well, and worried about their impact on the environment as a result of that food. And so many just don't have the confidence in the kitchen anymore either, and don't have the skills to be able to support their children. So I support them to transform mealtimes from stressful to stress-free, to help them rediscover the joy of food, to have fun at the table, experience quality family time together, and really enjoy mealtimes.
Wow.
It's
What
awesome.
was the insight that made you think there's a business in solving that problem? I mean, how did you reach that conclusion? Because I know lots of people that got kids that they, fussy eaters and struggle with it. What was it that made you think, yeah, there's a business here?
Yeah, so my business started out working with mostly mums of young children, but supporting them with meal planning as a way to save that money and reduce that waste that was being created. So busy working mums. But what became quite clear really early on was actually, yes, that was a problem for them, getting organized and reducing the waste, but the stress and the real problem was not knowing how to feed their children, and really getting frustrated, upset as well, about their children not being able to enjoy a meal with their children, and to put this food on the table which is instantly rejected. And food is love, and when you can't feed your child and see your child enjoying that food that you've spent time making, that really hurts.
Yeah, and I mean, pretty awful as well. I mean, pretty difficult for people to have. Let's assume I've got a child that's a fusspot. I mean, I ring you up and I say, Sarah, I've got this child. I mean, what's the offer? What is it that you actually provide for people to solve that problem? And how do you do that? How does that work?
Yeah, so I offer a range of courses, working either one-to-one with me or small groups, and I have online courses as well. And I'm also able to offer free support through my Facebook group and through various resources on my website. So yeah, I have a course that's called How to Feed Your Fussy Eater. So we really look in depth at what the challenges are, because no two children, no two families, no two lifestyles are the same. So it's really about tailoring my support to the children and the families involved. And I really get to know those families and to be able to support them and to celebrate the successes along the way, which is a really important part of the progress that is being made through my courses.
Cool. Okay, and just one last question. I mean, I always ask this. So tell me about the sell. What's the thing? Because there's lots of people offering online stuff at the moment, isn't there? I mean, what's the thing that makes you special? I mean, in the eyes of your customers. I mean, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's so much information available for free, isn't there, online and via social media. But I've got that information that my clients need at my fingertips and can save them hours of searching. I really get to know my clients and their particular needs and challenges, so I can really tailor that information and help to them. No one size fits all solution here. Not only do I share the knowledge and tools they need and can get online, but I also give them the confidence and support to make that work for them. So it's not just about the information, but it's how you implement it practically for you. I also know that doing everything all at once can be overwhelming.
Okay.
And I can show them how to make changes in ways that are manageable and fit with their lifestyles, how they can do it and build on it over time, which they're going to be able to stick with. And when you are just reading everything online and picking up information, that can be overwhelming. And you think, well, where do I start?
Yeah.
So I can pinpoint and put a plan in place for them. I know what works and what doesn't in different situations and with different children. I've worked with countless people and it's proven to work. I've also been in their shoes.
Yeah.
I have 2 fussy eaters myself. One I call a recovering fussy eater. One was still in the depths of fussiness with, but I know it works and I know how my clients feel and what they're going through, and I think that having that empathy can really support a person through it. I also have access to a whole range of trusted experts in their fields, so where my expertise ends, I can continue to support my clients with the right referrals or by working alongside other experts, so they're getting more than just that I can offer. But to kind of sum it up and really concisely, I like to think of it that we might at some point invest in a life or a business coach, a personal trainer, a cleaner, even an accountant or a financial advisor to support us in various aspects of our lives. I like to think of myself along those lines as a kitchen mentor. So phone a friend, if you like, for anything mealtime related.
Wow, that is so cool. That's great. So, Sarah, thank you for sharing that story. That's fabulous. I mean, I've spoken to you about it already and I've learned something new today. And I love that idea of a kitchen mentor, somebody to call. That's I just love that. That's brilliant. So thank you for sharing. That's been fabulous.
Thank you for having me.
See you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.